Okay, so this is me and Andrew's explanation of the Zelda timeline.
Okay. So, this is the first Zelda. This is where he finds, like, his hat, his outfit, or whatever. Then he moves on to the Ocarina of Time, where he, like, discovers Zelda, blah, 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 so on and so forth. He defeats Ganon. Zelda turns him little again so he can live the next couple years of his life, 7, I think. Then he goes to this, where he starts little, gets big, defeats Ganon again.
Yeah, that's like the later version when he's more adult.
This Zelda is done. He has some fun with Zelda. I mean, this Link is done. He has some fun with Zelda. Plops a baby out, which would be Majora's Mask when he starts little or whatever. And he's like the little tree sprout or whatever he is.
Tree sprout.
Don't care. Defeats the
the mask
the
guy.
Skull Kid or whatever. Then and that one makes sense because in this one, Skull Kid doesn't like him very much unless you give him his mask. And after he defeats that, Ganondorf comes back, which would go into this one, which would go into this one, which would go into this one, which would go into this one.
Which makes very good sense because you already have all your stuff. You already know how to use everything in this one. And you claim the Master Sword again in this one. And you go, and it just leads into the next one. Everybody knows that. About the seasons and ages. Seasons comes first because you travel through seasons. Ages is a bit more practical because you go through time. That you wouldn't be going through time as going here past him and then flipping back and forth while he's not already beaten. So that doesn't make freaking sense.
Okay, so this is where it gets confusing. After this,
we had a thinker moment.
This Link sinks Hyrule to keep everyone safe, to get Ganondorf out of the way so no one has to put up with him anymore. So, this Link has kid after 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 kid for 1,000 years until this one's born. And as time's going through, the kid is telling each other kid the story about the first Link, which would be then when this comes back, mother, which would be one of the descending Zeldas or whatever from here, gives him his suit and the Hyrulean shield, which would make a lot of sense because it just does. So
gives him a shield, man. Shield.
He goes. He defeats Ganondorf in this, but when he defeats him, he only turns him into rock, which would lead into the Game Boy Forged Swords, which
it would lead into the original Game Boy one.
Yes.
Which he finds himself floating on a boat.
Floating in a boat, which would make sense because of the boat. Or Teska's vote, which is Princess Zelda, because this boat turns back into the king. But he could be found on the pirate boat, which would make sense here, which leads into the Four Swords here, which leads into this Four Swords. And then Twilight Princess doesn't make any sense, so we give up there. And that's our timeline, our explanation.
And the Phantom Hourglass, we're not going to talk about that because that's just...
It just doesn't make any sense.